I'm Rock, your divorce strategist. If you're going through a divorce or even thinking about it, ask yourself one thing. Are you sending your kids to college or your attorney's kids to college? Every hour spent in court, every delay, every emotional email, text, it all adds up. And the bills always come due. The cost of divorce, you ask yourself. Average cost of a litigated divorce is $15,000 to $100,000. You might think I'm bullshit, but I've been through 2 divorces. Neither one of them was under $50,000. Okay? One when I was 33 in 1988. Can you imagine that? It's got to be 6 figures now. And the second one at age 66, not only did I have to pay my own attorney fees, I had to pay for my ex-wife's attorney fees, which is even worse. Why? Because she could have gained all that herself. You want to talk about custody? It's going to cost you. And you don't have a chance if you're a male, believe me. Okay? If you could prove that someone is a non-good parent, that's a different story. But it is brutal, costly, and believe me, the attorneys, they love that shit when there's a custody battle. Is that money going to your kid's future or someone else's? You know where it's going. All right, so I talk about strategy, not emotion. Emotions fuel the system, kid. Anger, more litigation. And lawyers, they profit when you fight. They just sit back. Mediation, who gets paid? The mediator. The attorneys at the same time. And do you even need them? No, you don't need these people. Mediation, if the court suggests it, okay, do it. But you got to negotiate it yourself. In fact, you can negotiate who's going to pay the mediator. Is it half and half? Negotiate it. But while you're fucking around with the attorneys, they're saying, oh, you can negotiate this. They're billing you to negotiate your own shit. Lawyers profit when you fight. Okay? Always ask, does this help my future or fund, FUND, theirs? Protect what matters. What matters are your kids, their college, your 401s, your legacy. Fuck the house. Fuck anything that doesn't appreciate with you. That's your decision. All right? Now, there is a CDFA, which is a Certified Financial Analyst. It's a divorce analyst. Once again, CDFA, Certified Divorce Financial Analyst. All right? Think about being a business person as I have been for 50 years. I've tried to negotiate business or deals with my divorce. It's really hard when you're dealing with somebody that doesn't understand the game, that doesn't understand business. So of the, let's say, $200,000-$300,000 that I've paid attorneys in divorces or more, they could have got that. Or I could have had it in my retirement fund if I was dealing with somebody that had logic. But they don't. They think attorneys are going to protect them. It's just a game, man. It's just a game, especially if you're dealing with a traditional person that has a background of non-business or a family that has multiple divorces in their background, in their family, because they're being coached. It's a business, man. It's a business. Document everything. It's got to be factual. Everything's got to be by fact. Document everything. If you don't, it's going to catch up to you. Regrets. I've been through 2 of them. I don't have any regrets. That's the reason why I'm trying to coach you, because you're going to only hurt your family and your future. I was so lucky that I went through a divorce at 33. To 66, that was when I said, I can't take this shit, because if I got 20 years left or whatever it is, I was on Social Security, still working, taking care of people. I've been married twice for 24 years. I paid alimony for 22 years. Seriously. That's how fucking bad it is. So what could I have gained in 22 years? A lot. Now, what can you do today? Number 1, get informed. AI is fantastic because you just ask the questions. What do I do here? What do I do there? Don't rely on lawyers. Go pro se. There's also what they call divorce coaches out there that are available. Okay? Build your team. You need a strategist. You need a mediator. You need a financial pro. And I highly recommend a therapist to get through this, okay? Someone you could really trust. Don't go to friends. Don't go to priests. Don't go to lawyers. And if your ex-wife or spouse is not in tune with what's going on or just out to hurt you, it's going to be a war. But you can sit back and say day by day, day by day. And as I mentioned before, you can bifurcate. It's a strategy where you can get divorced before they start breaking down your assets. That's a key thing because then you can figure out your money, your assets, okay? They separate that. Stay calm even when they don't. A lawyer can't hurt you, believe me. They're a lawyer. In fact, they'll have a really hard time like mine did when I said, you know what, I'm negotiating my own deal. What did they do? They fired me. That's what happened in my situation. So you focus on your kids, your future, and your sanity. That's the key. That's why I'm talking about this. It's therapy. And I just don't want to see my kids, my nephews and nieces, my family members go through this shit because I've seen it. In fact, I've been criticized for it. Why? Because I got the opportunity to get out of a bad situation. I could help my kids independently versus a wife or a spouse that wasn't going to help the family. It was all about them, including the retirement. That's how bad it gets. And if you married a traditional woman or a pick-me woman, pick me, yeah, they might be hot, they might be this, they might be that. But listen, as I mentioned before you dive in, get a background check. You don't know who's alcoholic. You don't know who's got financial problems. You don't know who's been divorced more than once. You don't know the body count. This is why it's so important to get a professional to look into the background of your future spouse and their family. Now, most people will say, well, fuck you, Rock. That's bad advice. Okay, go ahead. Get married. See what happens. See what happens at the end. It's happened to me twice. Why? Because I trusted. I trusted that God helped me pick the right horse. Well, guess what? I didn't pick a workhorse or a thoroughbred that was interested in my career and how I was going to build a legacy with my family and my kids. That's why I was lucky to go through a divorce. The second time around, they could easily put down what their career is because they'll ask an affidavit, a financial affidavit, an attorney will say, well, what did you do? Oh, I was a housewife. I was a traditional. I had no income, no nothing. I had a lifestyle that I demand and I expect. Guess what? They pry on that shit. They go for that shit. I would say this. Don't be another name on a legal invoice. I do not want to see my name on a legal invoice from a family law attorney or even a mediator. Stay out. Stay out. If you're going to get an invoice, pay your ex-wife, your ex-spouse. Okay? That's what you want to negotiate. All right? That's what you do best. The more you sit back and delay, the better you're off. If you just sit back and say, well, I'll think about it. Because they're under timelines and they'll force you into court. Why? Because they want you to pay. They want you to pay. My example is my ex-attorney, which was a woman, which I thought was a strategic play on my part, having a woman. My ex-wife's opponent attorney was also a woman, and she was like 12 years old. Very inexperienced. I went with somebody over 70 that I thought knew the fucking game. But as soon as I said, listen, this is the way we're going to do it, they fired me. Yes, that's right. That's another video. You're the one that's got to come through the stronger and wiser and with a plan. It's a long-term plan because my kids were under 12. Now they're all in their 40s. Did I do all the right things? Probably not, but guess what? I'm here now talking about it. I'm proud of the type of father I was for the circumstances. I know my kids love me and my grandkids and everything else, but you can't watch everything, man. You can't watch everything. So this is your moment to lead, man. This is your time. 20 years from now, you could go on YouTube and say, listen, this is what I did. This is what I did to get through this. I beat the system, which I did. That's the reason why I could go out public on YouTube by saying, fuck all this, man. I am an advocate of a divorce. And if you're thinking about it, going through it, or in the process, be smart. Have a game plan. Okay. I'm Rock, your divorce strategist. Let's protect your future, starting now. Subscribe and stay smart, man. All right? I'll talk to you soon.